Okay, we're back. Let's see what my opponent decided to do here. Playback is still as jerky as ever, unfortunately. His V-lights attack my light horse, just caused a couple of percentage points drop there. Same with the archers. One thing about light horse and light foot is they won't evade from another light horse, light foot that they believe they can beat in combat. So it makes for a very interesting sub game, I guess you'd call it, a skirmishing game. Some have said they'd prefer skirmishers to always evade, but this certainly makes for a much more interesting game when they don't. You have to be really careful. Well, he's kept his cavalry out of range of mine. However, if I was to charge that V-light there, they would evade, and this would take me into the hex they currently occupy, and therefore then attack his cavalry in the adjacent hex. However, it's not something I want to do, because he could counterattack with his 3 arii, which are in range then the next turn. I don't want to get my cavalry caught down up there. Decided to send up some light horse here, fire off a few javelins or arrows. And as a bonus I disrupt them, which is always good. And my next light horse is gonna fire off a few shots at his cavalry. It's time for some archer fire against his V-lights up here. Take a couple of percentage points off them. As you can see with my frontline archers and slingers there, I'm usually keeping them in a position where if he does decide to attack with his V-lights, or if mine get bogged down there, I'm closer to counter-attack with my front line. As I said, makes for a really interesting skirmishing game. I really enjoy the archers, I must say, because you can keep them well out of problems and just send a hail of arrows down on the enemy. Oh, another thing I forgot to point out is I'm actually playing with the hexes visible. However, you can remove the hexes. I just find I get somewhat confused when the hexes aren't there regarding distances and other things, but you do have the option. Moving up my front line here. I can well see a stage later on where this front line of pike will almost certainly break. They're decent enough troops, but so are the Romans, especially in prolonged combat. Decide to bring up my second grouping here. It's likely he'll use his triarii to attack my left line of pike, and they should beat them, the triarii, so I want to have reinforcements close by. So I decide to split them up, one for each of the parts of my second line, left, middle and right. Unfortunately, when I was adding commentary to this game as it was played, I forgot to record it. So I'm adding commentary after the fact this time. I wonder if the river, like I mentioned earlier, will become a factor later on. That's if I can route his troops. Will they get cut down in it? I actually have a few memories of my the Greek hoplites not doing too well in previous games, which was a bit of a surprise. I hope it doesn't reoccur. They certainly got a severe beating off the Roman legions the last time. It was a bit of a shock actually. I thought they would have put up a much better fight. Right, bringing up my top commander so we can see what's going on through the pikes. I must say this really is a very easy game to play, but has lots of depth under the surface, lots of little nuances that you can read the manual and it gives you a lot of them, but some you just have to learn while playing. Well, that's about. Yeah, there's the big picture so far, and I'm happy with that. End turn.